Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that, let's be real, touches pretty much all of our lives at some point: anxiety. We're just going to break it down, make it simple, and hopefully move from that feeling of worry to a place of understanding.
You know that feeling, right? When your brain just feels like it's stuck in overdrive and you can't find the off switch? Replaying stuff, worrying about what's next. It's a super common human experience.
And really, the most important thing to get right from the very beginning is this. If you feel that way, you are so not alone. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to talk about it, and we're going to look at some clear, science backed ways to find a little more calm in the chaos. Okay, so let's dive right in. I mean, to really get a handle on anxiety, we kind of have to understand what it actually is, you know? Because that knowledge, that's your first step to feeling like you're back in the driver's seat. So, at its core, anxiety is a totally normal feeling. Think of it like your body's built in alarm system. But according to health organizations like the WHO and NIH, the problem starts when that alarm gets, well, stuck in the on position, when that worry is just constant and it really starts getting in the way of just living your life. And, it can show up in a lot of different ways. Maybe some of these feel familiar: that nonstop worry you just can't shake, or your heart suddenly racing for no reason. Maybe it's just feeling restless or finding it impossible to concentrate or get a good night's sleep. And that's the big question, isn't it? Where does all this come from? Because if we can figure out the why, we can start to get a handle on the how to manage it. Well, the thing is, there's rarely one single answer. It's complicated. Sure, big stressful life events can be a trigger, but it's also tied to things like our own unique brain chemistry and even our family history. But what's really interesting and empowering is that last one, our thinking habits, because that's something we actually have some control over. All right, so let's get practical. Let's talk about what we can actually do. Think of this next part as your own personal toolbox, just filled with some really solid, proven strategies to help you feel more grounded. Okay, our first tool, and this one is a game changer, is all about the mind. It's based on an approach called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, and it's one of the most well-researched, effective ways to tackle anxiety. So, the main idea with CBT isn't to just ignore those anxious thoughts. It's about learning how to challenge them, to reframe them. Just look at this shift right here, going from "I'm going to fail" to "you know what? I can try my best, and that is enough." That little change in perspective, it's huge, and it's a skill you can totally build with practice. Okay, so we've talked about the mind. Now let's switch gears and talk about the body. Because sometimes the fastest way to slow down a racing mind is to calm your physical body first. They're totally connected. In fact, let's try a super simple breathing exercise together right now. Just follow along, okay? Let's breathe in for a count of 4. Now hold it for 4. And now a long, slow breath out for 6. Let's do that just one more time. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See? It's like a little reset button you can press anytime. All right, our third tool is all about playing the long game. This isn't about a quick fix, but about building these small, consistent habits that create a really strong foundation for your mental well-being over time. And look, none of these on their own is some magic cure, but when you put them together, they create this incredible buffer against anxiety. Just going for a walk, eating food that makes you feel good, really protecting your sleep time, these are all huge. And seriously, don't sleep on the power of just getting your thoughts out, either on paper or by talking to someone you trust. So, as we start to wrap this up, let's talk about where to begin. Because the key is not trying to do everything all at once, it's just about taking one small step forward. I want you to just let this one sink in for a second. This is the message from experts all over the world. It's a reminder that what you're feeling is real, it's understood, and that there are really good ways to manage it. And reaching out, that's not weakness, it's strength. So here it is, your big takeaway. Don't feel like you have to have this grand plan. Just find 1 minute, one single minute in your day to stop and do that simple breath we just practiced. That's it. That's the start. And that 1 minute, that can be the beginning of everything.